Hi guys, welcome to my page, DIY Crafts with Dar. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. Trying to hold a few of these up. So, I have been creating like crazy, getting Peanuts Easter slash spring collection all painted, so I have samples for you guys, and so I have them for my craft show. So I did anywhere from 4 to 6 of each, and actually on one of them I ended up doing 10 of the little guys. So anyways, I hope that you are gonna love all of my fun creations. I will be showing you each one and the transfers. So anyways, go ahead and say hello as you hop on. I have a lot to show you today, and then we will create one of these. All right, so isn't this so cute? I love the Charlie Brown play ball one. And then I did him just the Charlie Brown in a frame, and I did him as a stander also. So most of the things, there's 3 selections, 3 to choose from. So I tried to give you as many options as possible. Anyways, I know you can't see everything. I needed more height as I choke. I needed like an extra crate back here or something to create more height. I have some little crates, but they're not really helping that much. But maybe I needed them to be stacked too high. Anyways, how is everybody? Go ahead and say hello. I have my collection of all of my cutie patooties here. I'm so excited to show you everything. I think what I'll do is I'll put you down to the table and show you each transfer and each item, and then set it to the side, and then we're going to create. Now, I love Peanuts because I can make the cutouts, I can sell the cutouts, I can sell the finished product. It's been more difficult with the last 2 releases that we had, the ones with Warner Brothers. So we're not supposed to do cutouts for Harry Potter or Looney Tunes. So yeah, it makes it more difficult. It's not as fun. You guys, can you tell I have just been painting like crazy? Oh my goodness, so much fun, guys. I just love it. I don't even know. I do know what my favorite is. I do know which my favorite is, but I'll let you guys see. I am not showing up on my own feed yet. Let me see. I'm going to refresh my page. And let me go ahead and make sure that everything is silenced. There I am. Finally found myself. Okay, go ahead and say hello. And then I'm going to show you all of these cutie patooties after I share to my channel, and then I need to share to my VIP group. And I did add one thing the other day because I felt like I was missing one item. So I have added, since I first listed everything, I added one more thing. All right, so here's all of our peanut stuff. Let's start with the first one, and then we'll just kind of go. Maybe I just need to do it like this because it might just be easier. Okay, so we have this transfer right here. I actually don't have one that I haven't used. I actually, because I had to chalk so much on this, I ended up using all of the ones. I have 3 of each. I ended up using all 3. So spring has sprung. Okay, so that one this is the new one. So if you already ordered, like Janine, you ordered a bunch, this is new. So this stander is new. Isn't it cute? I didn't have a stander before. I just had it by itself and then as a sign. So here it is as a sign. Has the hangers on the back. And then I had it by itself. So we're just going to kind of go through each one individually, and maybe I'll just take them and set them to the side. As we do that, we can be clearing the desk. Good morning, Tina. Let me see who else here. Hi, Laura. Thanks for sprinkling. Hi, Maria. Thank you. Hi, Carrie. Good morning, Janine. Hi, Nikki. Hi, Betty. Hi, Lynn. I know, Aren't they so fun? Your favorite Snoopy pushing the wheelbarrow. Mine too. That's what we're going to make today. I'm going to show you how to make it. That's my favorite. I did 6 of them for my craft show, and we're going to make another one this morning. Hi Tina, thank you so much. Okay, so I'm showing you each one. So this one here, Spring Has Sprung. So that's this one and this one, and we're just going to remove them as we go so that you can see more things. Hi Judy Kirk, how are you? I'm showing all the new, isn't that just so cute? I love it as a stander. So that was a lot of work. So this is a labor of love because it's chalked in all the colors. Most of them are painted and then chalked in black, but that one was chalked all the colors, all the colors. Kind of want to show you, I kind of want to go to the other camera. Good morning, Darlene Barr, because I kind of want to show you from the other camera. Let me just do that for a second and then I'll have to go back because it's going to be too close. But take a look. So I painted all of these white and the background white. And I just painted this black. I didn't chalk that. So then I had to chalk each color. Like I chalked the yellow, I chalked the blue, I chalked the yellow, I chalked the green, I chalked the black on Snoopy, and then I colored this in, and then I did the background. I did the blue, the dark blue, the pink, the black, and then this took hours to do 6 of them. So it took a long time. Maybe we'll just stay with this this view. It might be easier, and I'll just take each thing off. So I have a sign and a stander, and then I have the cutouts available by themselves because you might have your own little stand. Okay, so that's the transfer. If you haven't grabbed your Snoopy collection, your Peanuts collection, you want to do that. Okay, you want to do it, I promise. Okay, next, I'm just gonna grab them and go. Sorry, it's gonna be a little chaotic. Okay, so Happy Easter. So I have that one right here. So I did it as a stander, and that is teeny tiny tedious work. I used a tiny paintbrush to do that, you know, the little one that has a couple of bristles. So that, and then I did it on this. Okay, so I did one of these. I actually dropped it. I'm gonna have to ink my edge. I dropped this on the floor and I chipped it. So I'm gonna have to ink it because it's a custom color. So anyways, I painted it and then I chalked this in black, and then I painted this in yellow and chalked it in one of our shimmer pink colors. I think it's Debutante. Okay, so there's that one. Okay, next. Next. Okay, so Happy Easter. So this was tedious work. This was slow, tedious work. So a lot of them took a lot of time. I had to color in all of those Easter eggs and the flowers and Snoopy and Woodstock, and then I chalked it in black. Okay, so I have it as a stander, and then I also have it, and this is gonna fall now. Let me just lay that. Ah! I knew that was gonna happen. Let me just lay that down. So I have it as a sign also. So just like that. So I have it as a stander and I have it on a little sign. So that's that one. All right. Next, we're going to... All right. Oh my goodness. Okay, I guess we're doing this one next. That's my favorite. Janine said it was her favorite too. Hi, Sherry. How are you? We asked for prayers for you, my dear. Oh. Yeah, the yellow was the color of the month. So on here on one of them, which one I use? Color of the month. Yeah, on one of them I used the new color of the month. Okay, so this has a stander. So we're gonna create this today. Peanuts Easter eggs. So we have Snoopy pushing the wheelbarrow. Okay, and then here he is right here. We're going to create this stander. I'll show you how to do that. So I have it as a sign. I have the cutouts by themselves, or I have the stander. So sign, stander, or just the cutouts. All right, I'm going to give you the links in a moment. But oh, I need to set that somewhere so I can look at it as I'm creating. So I can have a little cheat sheet to look at. Okay, next. I have things that went timber all over the place. Oh my goodness, guys. Sorry, it's a little chaotic around here. Okay, so next we have Charlie Brown. It's called Play Ball. And isn't this so cute? So, CB, Charlie Brown. You're so sad you didn't get that one because you didn't get the bundle. I know. Yeah, you have to get the bundle to get that extra one. The new color of the month is... oh, it's out in the other room. School bus. Yeah, I have it in the other room. It's school bus yellow. Yeah. I did use it on one of these. Anyway, so I have Charlie Brown, and I did this in, okay, so our colors, gold and brown is Padre colors. So his shirt was that color. I paint with acrylic. So on here I painted with acrylic, not with chalk paste. When I chalk it in the black, that's chalk paste. But aren't those so cute? So a sign, a small sign, and Charlie Brown. I think I have him separate too. Okay, so that's that one. And then the last one is this one here. And then we're gonna create. Hopefully these don't go timber over here. I have quite a stack. All right, so I did Snoopy by himself. And then I have him on this sign. So cute, right? Super cute. Yeah, the background this is called Comic Pattern. And I just thought that was perfect. So I have it as a sign. I have it as a stander. I'm going to give you the link for all the cutouts. I'm going to give you the link to order the stencils. Okay, so you can order the stencils. Which cutouts are in the bundle? It's a variety. Yeah, it'll show you it'll show you on the bundle. It'll show you exactly which cutouts are in there. It's a variety. There are some that are standards. There are some that are plain ones that go onto a sign. So I needed to do whatever would fit onto 2 sheets of wood. I just kept filling it up until it was completely full. So it's a variety. You sent me a message about your last order. Okay, perfect. All right, I will make sure that I check. All right. Yeah, Struggle Bus is the name. Struggle Bus, is that what I said before? Struggle Bus? Yeah. Struggle Bus. I might have said something else. School bus. I might have said school bus. It's Struggle Bus. I'm on the Struggle Bus. Okay. All right. So, let me see here. The Snoopy one would be great on a mouse pad. Yes, absolutely would be perfect on a mouse pad. Perfect. Okay. Your customers will go crazy. They are going to go crazy. I am so excited. So, who'd I miss here? Hi, Vicki Campbell. Hi, Carol Ellen. Who else snuck in that I didn't see? And Gail. Good morning, guys. All right, we're going to paint this today. I'm going to show you how to do this. So this is the little stander. This one right here. We're going to paint this. I'm going to show you how. And then we're going to chalk it. We'll chalk it in black. I don't have my black out yet. Where is it? Oh, there's my black. Okay. That's all I need. I only need one color to chalk in. All right, we're going to paint it though. So we have to paint all our pieces. And I am just going to grab, this is going to be easier to paint just individually. But what we're going to do is we're going to paint this part. This is the stand. And then on here, we're going to paint the bottom part green and then Snoopy. So we need to paint the bottom part green. So we need to paint the bottom part. See the bottom part there, green. and then Snoopy white. Okay, that's the only thing we need to paint on that. And then we have the two little bunnies. All right, and then we'll go to this. Okay, so I'll probably just hold on to this, but we could do the gray. We could do the gray. All right, so let's start this puppy. Hi, Bridget. How are you? Okay, let's see. All right, just checking messages, seeing if I had anything that was urgent. Okay, green. We are going to use a couple of colors, a couple of greens. Where is another one? We're going to use light Hauser green and medium Hauser green, if I can find it, or whatever ones I can find. Okay, all right, so let's base coat it first. We're going to use Hauser medium green. Hi, Bridget. How are you? Did I say hi? I'm like, you know, sometimes I just don't know. Okay. I'm going to need that to water down my colors because I'm going to be watering down a little bit for the Easter eggs. Just a little bit. Okay. So, oh, this is going to be green too. So usually I do the base in brown, but I'm not doing it in brown this time. I'm going to do it in green. So let's get our green painted, and then we'll kind of sponge it. And we might just use one of these to sponge it with, or if I have a sponge in my drawer, I can use that. So I had so much fun creating all of these, but they're very time consuming. They took a lot more time than I thought. And guys, I went to the doctor yesterday to get my knee injected. So I got my injection. I'm trying to be a good girl because my knee has arthritis. My right knee has severe arthritis, and it will swell so badly during the craft shows that I try to be proactive, and I went ahead and I got my injection yesterday. My doctor was so good. I went to a new doctor. I wasn't able to get into my doctor, and I tell you what, I think I'm going to switch doctors. She was so sweet and kind, and her nurse was amazing. Her nurse was so funny. Her nurse reminded me of a friend that I have. Okay, so I'm doing slate gray on here. Yeah, it was really funny. It was funny because the nurse said, "Did you just make your appointment online? You just chose whatever doctor was available?" I'm like, "Yep." She goes, "You're lucky because not every doctor does knee injections." She said, but my doctor does, and she's the best." And she was really good. So the very first time that I had my knee injected with the steroids, it only lasted a couple of weeks. And I felt like that they didn't get it in the right place. The second time that I had it done, I felt it go in. I felt the pressure in my kneecap, and I knew it was in the right place, and it lasted for 6 months. Well, this one, I knew immediately it was in the right place. She did really good. She did really good, and she just was a really good doctor. So, and the nurse is like, "I can see that you need a mammogram." And I said, "Yes, but they're booked up. I can't get in." And she goes, "Let me check." And she goes, "Okay, well, they just released May." Yeah, can you believe it? May. They just released May. And she says, "I'm going to get you an appointment now." So she booked my mammogram. So I know she was really concerned. She's like, you haven't had your mammogram yet. You're supposed to have it in the fall." I'm like, I can't get any appointments. Every time I call, they're booked up, and I don't want to drive up to North County, which is an hour away. And so she booked my mammogram yesterday, even though it's in May, because March, April, May. She's like, "They just opened up May. I'm going to snag this date for you." She goes, "I have the same problem. When I went to book mine is 3 months out also." I'm like, "Okay, thank you." So she was really sweet and really concerned. I loved it. Okay, let me go ahead and also come back with Your knees bothering. Yes, I know how that is. My knee kind of bugged me last night. I think it does after you get the injection. It might be just a little bit sore. I took Tylenol last night and I had the heating pad on it when I was painting. Yes, knee pain is not fun at all. Not fun. So, hi Nyla, how are you? All right, let's get our second coat on our Snoopy. I'm going to show you how to create this one. So I actually ordered, I love this one so much when I got it that I promptly ordered a few more because I can see myself using this year after year. I really can. I really can see that this is going to be one that I'm going to love, having and love creating with year after year. So I ordered a couple more so that I have them. I'm always like, well, I won't be able to get it after this. So I need to have more in my stash. Let me see if I can get this, this little bunny right here that's at the top. Let me see if I can get him. Yeah, there's a bunny sitting on the top. And then we have the Easter eggs. I'll use little tiny paintbrushes for the Easter eggs. So we're just painting this first, and then we're going to chalk it in black. We're going to do all the details. If you just hopped on, this is what we're creating. Our little Snoopy in the wheelbarrow. I can't believe that they had such a cute one. That will be cute on a t-shirt too. Can you imagine it on a t-shirt or a towel? Oh my gosh. I'm so excited for all the possibilities. I don't have enough time for everything. I would love to have it on a t-shirt that I could wear to my craft show. Maybe I can make time. It's a lot of tedious little tiny work though. Okay, all right, let's dry this again. And let me see, maybe I can put one more coat of white and dry, and then we're going to do our Easter eggs. I also need to do the wheel on here, but I want to use a smaller brush. I think it'll be easier to do that. Let's dry. I know, I just love everything. You know how many hours it took me to create the cutouts? It's not as easy as you think to create them and make them perfect. Like cutting around that and making it 3D. So the wheelbarrow's cut out and made the stand and all of that. You know, everything takes a long time, but once it's created forever. Okay, let me give you links. All right, let me give you links. Yeah, imaging appointments are always booked up. You know, I've never had a problem any other year to get my mammogram. They've been able to get me right in. So that was what was surprising to me, is that I've never had a problem. And it just was shocking to me that it was that backed up. But well, because it was that backed up, when I called the last couple of times and they didn't even have any appointments available for me. They're like, well, you can drive up to North County. I'm like, no, thank you. I don't want to drive up there just to get the big squeeze. But then, you know, it's always concerning because after my sister Debbie, you know, was diagnosed with her breast cancer, then it gets a little more real and you're like, maybe I need to do this. Maybe I need to get this done right away. Okay, I just gave you the link for all of the cutouts. That's the Peanuts collection. I do have a bundle, and it has a variety of these in it. Some are standards, and some are ones that go on signs. Okay, let me find the link for the stencils. Okay, so let's find the stencils. Let me log in. I'm going to give you a link so that you can order if you haven't ordered the stencils yet, because I don't order extras anymore. Oops, come on. Why is it's not logging in for me? Come on. Hello. I need to be able to log into my account. Oh my goodness. All right. I think that I might be, nope, it didn't log me in. Come on. Sorry, I'm trying to get you the link. Okay, so the bundle is available. If you want the bundle, it still is available. I probably should order extras now. Now that I've been creating everything, I probably should order extras. Let me get a cart link for you guys so that if you need to order all the stencils, you can do that. I'm going to give you that cart link. Perks members, it's $5 flat rate shipping. If you're not a Perks member, you need to be, because you're going to get 30% off. So if you're not a Perks member, join Perks. I'm going to give you the link for Perks too, because guys, Perks is a good deal. You get 30% off. It costs you $20 a month. You get $20 in product credit. And then, come on, share. Okay. Costs you $20, you get $20, but you get 30% off of everything. So here's the link for Perks. Okay, got all the links now. All right, let's do our last coat of white, and let me just get a little bit of white out here, and then we'll do all of our Easter eggs and the wheel. And then there's a little brown area here that I need to paint. So we'll do all that. I am going to sponge a little bit of the other green on there just so that it's not just one color. So let me do that too. Let me find a sponge that I can use. All right, so we have all of our white. Okay, here, I love these little sponges. What color are you using for skin tone on the Peanuts collection? I always use warm beige. So I always paint. I don't chalk them. I paint. So warm beige. Warm beige is the color that I always use. So that's what works best for me. If you are going to use a chalk paste color, I don't even know. Chalk paste, I don't use chalk paste to paint with. Some people use their chalk paste to paint with. I don't, because I am so used to painting with acrylic paint that I know exactly what color to use. So I'm looking in my drawer, and I don't even know if you wanted to use chalk paste. Which color would you use? I don't know. Hi, Deb. How are you? You slept late again. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Me as well, right? Okay, I'm going to take this little sponge. I'm going to sponge a little bit of the other green on there. I might be going back and forth. Sometimes when you get started with it, you go, oh, that's too much. And so then you might need to pick up some more of your other color. I'm going to be careful around Snoopy's feet. I don't have to worry about around the bunnies, because the bunnies are going to be, they're right here. They're going to be glued on. Okay. All right. I'm going to take a little bit. I'm going to kind of blend those colors together, and I'm just pouncing with this sponge. I love these little sponges. Just trying to get a different color in there. So going back and forth till I have it just right. You need some more dark in there. Let me get some more dark. That's what happens to me. I'm like, oh no, that's too light. That's too light. Okay, a little bit more. And then we'll take this piece off and we'll do all the Easter eggs. Okay. All right. Okay, we're going to dry everything so that I can take this off of here. We'll actually glue this base together so it's ready to go. I can never get the chalk paste to paint and even come. Yes, I know. Same here. So I feel like, you know, you're paying $16 for a jar of chalk paste, or you're paying 99 cents for a thing of paint. What you gonna do? I'm gonna choose the paint because I paint so many things. I'm gonna choose what's better economically for me. You know, it's smart to use paint because it's less expensive and there's a bazillion colors. Sorry guys that try to promote their chalk paste for painting. I just feel like you don't, people have sent me messages, do I have to paint with chalk paste? No, you have to chalk with chalk paste when you're using the stencils, you need to use the chalk paste. But when you're painting, use your paint. That's what paint is for. Paint is to paint with. Chalk paste is to chalk with. Okay, that's just what it is. Okay, this kind of bowed up a little bit. I can kind of just gently bend it. It's hot from the thing. Okay, we're gonna ink the edges and then we'll glue that together. Gonna take all this off. So this is all ready to go. And this, we need to do our Easter eggs. Okay, so I'm going to ink the edges of this and glue it together. Oh, Tracy says you're making Walmart door tags with the Woodland Wonders and Weeding. Oh, nice, nice. We have an outfits under the office appointments and what they call walk-in Wednesdays. So you could be in waiting for a while to get the test. Oh, okay. That's nice that they have that. We have urgent care, but I don't like to go and sit there because people are sick. If I'm going for something that, you know, like I went in for my injection and I actually lucked out because I was the very first afternoon appointment. So I was her 110. There was no one in the waiting room when I went in. And one guy came in after I got there. And then I was the first one called. So I didn't have to sit with all the sick people. I just don't want to be around all of that. This is full of gunk. Let me take my little pokey tool and try to get it filled up the inside part. So yeah, I try not to sit at urgent care. I don't want to go to the ER. You know, there's way too many germs. I would use a mask if I did. But I lucked out that I was the first appointment after lunch. I was in and out of there so fast. I was out of the office. It really didn't take her any time at all. You know, of course they go through, oh, do you want vaccinations? I'm like, not today, because I didn't want to not feel good for the craft show. Sometimes a vaccination will kick your butt for a few days. So, okay, lining it up, making sure it's lined up, and then I'm going to set it over here out of the way. Okay, now we're going to paint our Easter eggs and the wheel. Okay, so I have these smaller brushes to do that with. And then I have this, and I'm going to just water this down a little bit. Let me do the wheel first. I just need to get a little bit of black, just a little bit. And then my eggs, I have dragon fruit, and my baby duck, purple petal, and then Calypso blue. It's not exactly the same as the other one, but it's going to work. Okay, I'm just going to do my wheel. And I didn't do my tire. I didn't do like a wheel part. I just did the tire. If you want to do an inside part, you absolutely can. I'm going to do this, and then we'll start doing our eggs. Okay. So it was a small, tedious process when I painted all of these, because I painted 6 of each of the standers, and then the signs that I did, I painted 1 of each of those. Okay, so I'm following my pattern here. I'm going to do dragon fruit. Okay, the little lines, those are chalked on. Okay, so all the designs on there are chalked on. So I'm going to grab some dragon fruit, and don't need very much, which is good because it's almost gone. I need to bring in another bottle. That's probably going to be enough. Okay. All right, I love these little angle brushes. These are those ones that I get off of Amazon. I actually just ordered another set. Well, another couple of sets, and they came really fast. So I can give you the link for that. Let me give you the link for those after I paint this. So they work really good. There's different sizes. but because they're an angle, you can get right down in there where the lines are. And I like the teeny tiny ones, but I'm going to use some of these larger ones for the eggs too, because it's just, the eggs are pretty easy. They're pretty easy to get. All right. I think I'm going to end up doing 2 coats. Let me give you the link for that. Let me see. Not that way. Oh, Dainty Flu. Okay. You just bought that transfer after seeing how it was used. Yes, it is so cute. The weed transfer. The weed transfer, is that the one you're talking about? Or you're talking about this one? I don't know. Let me get you the link for these brushes, because I just received mine, and so it's going to be at the top of my thing. You delivered on March 2nd, so I just received some. These are the angle brushes, and let me give you the link. It's a whole set, and it's like $7.99, I think. Depends on if you're a Amazon Prime or not. Okay, all right, let me put the second coat of this, and then we'll move on to the next color. All right, there's our second coat. Doesn't take much. All right, how's everybody doing? How was your day yesterday? So it's Wednesday already. That means tomorrow I set up for my craft show, and boom, boom, boom. Craft show, craft show, craft show. I have 1 week in between. Thank goodness I have a week in between that I can count my price tags and all of that. Yeah, it's a lot. Okay, so purple petal. Let me see if I have a smaller brush here. I think they're all the big brushes. Okay, so next one is this one here. And yeah, I have to go put out signs in my area. I'll put out signs on Sunday for the craft show here and there in town. I'm participating in a craft show I set up tomorrow. I'm in La Mesa at Blenda's Craft Show at the Community Center. That's Friday, Saturday. My granddaughter's coming. She's going to stay for a little while. She's not going to go back to El Salvador right away. Let me just dry this really quick. Yeah, I'm kind of happy about that. She's staying for a little bit. She's very bored over there. It's not safe for them to just go out and do things, and they don't have a vehicle. And so it's hard too. Even though a lot of people do speak English, the Spanish dialect is very different. Very different. So her husband's parents came, and they're fluent in Spanish, but it's a different Spanish. It's a different dialect. So they weren't even able to to understand. Okay, there's purple petal. Okay, let me dry that. Do we have an Amazon shop? I don't. I need to. Does anybody want to set it up for me? I need to do that. The transfer reminds you of ragweed. Oh, that's cool. I love that. Yeah, this is one of my favorites. I love this one. Some of the Christmas ones too. I love the Christmas tree farm, but this is the perfect size. So this fits in with all my other standards and stuff that I make. It's a perfect size. It's not too tiny. Like the tree farm was really small. Okay, let's do our yellow. And we have yellow, and then we have 2 teal, and then 1 pink, and then we'll chalk it. Chalk it. Chalk it. Okay, but it looks like I need 1 more paintbrush. Oh, there's one right there. Here's a tiny one. We'll use this. Okay, so yellow. You can use baby duck. This is, I think, is actually summer squash. But what time is it? 7:54. Oh, you know what? Yesterday I was so worried about the guy coming while I was still doing my Facebook Live. He didn't get here until like 9:30ish. He was supposed to be here at 8:30, And I don't know if he was running late or if his previous appointment took longer. It was so funny. Because I was worried that he was going to get here when I was still in the middle of my project. So I kept trying to hurry. Nope, he was later than he said he was going to be. But that was the guy. He came and he measured the shower for a glass door. So there's going to be glass, like a glass wall, and then a glass door. And guys, we got a really good price. I was afraid that was going to be the most expensive part of the whole thing. It actually, I think the tile ended up costing more. Oh, you found it? Okay, let me see. Let me see. You saw somewhere on Facebook that Hobby Lobby is now on Amazon. Oh, really? It's an Easter Beagle. Yes, it is an Easter Beagle. You found it's expensive and shipping makes it. Oh gosh. Unless you're a Prime member, shipping's free. Yes, yeah. Prime is definitely worth it. I get a lot of stuff through Amazon. So I get my paper for my printer. I know it's for me, the convenience, not having to go to the store. I save money from not having to go to the store and have other things jump in my cart. I really do. I really do save money that way. And I justify that my time is worth more than paying for that Prime. You know, you pay the Prime once a year and then it's good to go. Okay, next color. It's probably better to dry in between. Okay, next color is going to be Calypso Blue, even though I don't know, it's not the same blue that I used in the other room, but it will work. So I have 2 Easter eggs that are Calypso Blue. This brush is a little bigger than I like, but it will work. It will. So I'm excited to set up for my craft show, my very first one. So the craft show I set up for tomorrow, I have a large booth. And then they also have a blended area that I paid for. You have to pay to be in their blended area. So the blended area is, as everybody first walks into the craft show, there is a blended Easter / spring area. There might even be a St. Patrick's Day area. I paid extra to be in that as well as in my own booth. So I have a lot of space. I have a lot of product. I anticipate it's going to take me probably the entire day to set up. My booth usually takes me at least an hour just to get the grids up and the tables and all of the crates. For me to get my booth just set up itself takes me an hour, and then I start putting product in. So that's going to take hours probably. I'm hoping to be done by 5 o'clock. I think she's there until 7, but you know what? I think I only need 1 coat with this. It covered pretty good. So I'm gonna dry that, and then we'll do the last one. We have pink. Let's see. Look everywhere. You looked at Hobby Lobby is not on Prime. Oh, okay. Huh. Yeah, I love Hobby Lobby. There actually is a Hobby Lobby that's close to this craft show, but when I'm setting up tomorrow, I will have the trailer at this craft show. So I can't stop on the way home. I can stop on Friday. I'll go and I'll work a few hours on Friday. This craft show, I need to work extra hours. It's such a busy craft show that she added more hours for us to work. And so I will be there on, oh, guess what? There's a little teeny tiny yellow part. Totally forgot that. There's like a little tiny egg right here. Let me just get that. Teeny tiny, you can barely see it. So I need to be there on Friday afternoon. I will be working And I could stop at Hobby Lobby. That's usually when I sneak it in, because then on Saturday is my pickup day and I have my trailer again. So anyways, the Hobby Lobby is on the way to this craft show. So I'm like, yes, I need to stop. I need to stop. Okay, so this pink is my cotton candy. Okay, I'm going to put 2 coats. That one does need 2 coats, and we're almost done. Person, you're attending a painting retreat Friday and Saturday at the hotel. Oh, nice, nice. Oh, that's the one that I said I'd love to go to, but it was during my craft show. That's right. Oh, you're painting all the cabinet inserts, bunny kits, and St. Patrick's Day Santa. How fun! Oh my gosh, that's exciting. You're gonna love it. If you have questions about that cabinet, oh my goodness, just ask me. There's a lot of pieces to it. It's a little tricky gluing it together. There's a lot of pieces. I need to do like just a little quick tutorial of just the assembly. Okay, let's try that. And we're gonna chalk. Hi Denise, how are you? Did I say hi? I'm one of those that I would rather say hi 3 times than not. Oh, guess what? I need to do the brown. So there's brown across here. There's brown right across there. I need to do that. I have this little brush. So that's not the brown I want, right? I think I want milk chocolate if I can find it over here. I have this huge wall of paint, but some of my colors are getting thin. Okay, well, you know what? Sable brown will be fine. Okay, so a little bit of sable brown. There's like a line. It's where the handle is. Okay, so let's do that. All right, that. And I kind of had to touch this up after I chalked it. I kind of had to use my marker and kind of go around it because it wasn't like a perfect circle. Okay. All right. It's okay. And you know what? It's not the same color. I used milk chocolate on mine, but I don't see milk chocolate back here. I might have dropped it. It's probably on the floor on the other side. I remember dropping a bottle of paint the other day. That's probably the one I dropped. Okay. All right, you want it pretty nice and smooth because when you chalk it, you want the transfer to lay flat. Okay, that looks good. Let's move all of our paint to the side. Let's dry this, and then we're going to chalk. And we're ready to chalk. I found a t-shirt on Amazon, and it says, I cannot be trusted in Hobby Lobby. Oh my goodness. Yes. Well, I just have to stay away because I don't need to be buying more stuff for my house. I'm one of those that I have my mind set on. Okay, sorry. I was like, panic time. Where's my transfer? Sorry. I have my mind set on our retirement. So, yeah. Oops. Things are jumping. Jumping. Jelly beans. Okay, so the best way to do this is to chalk this part first and the little bunnies first, and then do Snoopy last. Okay, so that's the way to do it. Let's open this up. Brandy transfer. I have 3 of each that I'm keeping. Plus I ordered more. So, okay, so for me, here's what I do. Oh, I never put myself in the corner. I am not in the corner. Darlene, go to the corner, girlfriend. There we go. All right. Okay, I flip it over backwards so the sticky side is up, and then I lay this down on top of this. Okay, and pretty much it's almost always pretty perfect. Once in a blue moon, I have to move it. The bunnies are 2 different sizes. Okay, so one is more taller and one's squattier. So make sure that you line it up with the correct one. And then we're going to chalk these in black. You like to window shop a lot and dream? I know. Sometimes I put things in my cart though, and and then I check out and it's like, oh no, I didn't mean to order all that. I just bought 3 new shirts. I just bought 3 new shirts that are so cute. One is a patriotic one, and then the other 2 are floral. one is spring and one is just kind of a crazy paisley flower type one. Okay, I'm gonna make sure everything looks lined up. I feel like it's a little bit off. I feel like I could do a little bit better job. Let me just line it up a little bit better. Let me see if I can get it a little better than how it was. I can see me using this for years and years. These transfers. Okay, this is a really good one. And the other one was the one that has the Spring Has Sprung. I really love that one. Okay. Whew. Chalk paste. You want to use chalk paste on these. You don't want to use other paint. There are people that have used paint and it might work, but it could also clog up your stencils. So we want to be able to use these over and over. You don't want to just use it one time. You can use Speedball ink on them as well as our ink. Okay, now I'm going to just carefully pull the pieces out. There's a bunny. And here comes another bunny. It's coming. Okay, there's a bunny. And I stuck my finger in it. Of course I did. What else would you expect out of Darlene? Thanks for sprinkling, Carol. Look at how cute this is, you guys. When you see how cute it is, after I peel this off, you are just going to die because it's going to put all that detail on there. All right, I'm trying to not do Snoopy. I'm trying to only do the cart. So I need to price these. I don't know how much to price the low standards at because most of my standards are $14.99. It's just a lot of work. It's a lot of work for all this. Okay. All right. So scrape off the excess and then I'm going to peel. Are you ready for this? Are you ready? Peel and reveal. Oh my goodness, guys. Look at how adorable this is. There's going to be a little touch up on the tire. I went outside the line. Look at how cute that is. Oh my goodness. Adorable. Okay, now we need to do Snoopy. Let me move my little things. Okay, so we're going to peel this off. And I'm going to move that out of the way for a second. We're going to put him down and we just need to line up Snoopy. Okay, we are going to chalk on the grass part a little bit, but let's line him up. Mainly get his nose and his ears lined up and everything else will line up just fine. Okay, so we're going to chalk down here on the grass just a tiny bit. I think we might be a little bit off. Let me just try it again. Let's try it one more time. Let's just go a little bit lower. Right like that. Okay, there's a hair. There is a hair. No surprise at that. There is a hair right there. Oh my goodness. Come on. It's like right underneath. Seriously. Seriously. Get the hair out. No shedding. Okay. All right. Lay that down. Get your air bubbles out. We're going to chalk down here on the grass. We're going to chalk all of Snoopy. Okay. Grab your squeegee. If you can butter toast, you can do this. So if you've never used the transfers, they're not difficult. Okay. You got to start somewhere. You just want to make sure that you're chalking and then peeling before it dries. Okay, so I'm going to do this bottom part. There's a little bit of detail on the bottom part on the grass. Okay, going to scrape off all that excess. That also helps press it down through the stencil. Okay, All right, put that back in your jar. And then let's peel and reveal. There's our Snoopy. Look at how cute. Okay, this is going on my backer sheet. I'll wash that and we'll use it again and again and again. When you first started with Chalky Chore 5 years ago, you used Waverly chalk paint on the transfers and you got it. Okay, perfect. Yeah. Okay, so there might be a few things that work. Waverly chalk paint. The chalk paste works so much easier for me. I don't have any of the Waverlys to try out, but acrylic paint dries too solid. It would be hard to get out of the stencil. But chalk paint might be different. Might be like the same consistency. Okay, let's dry everything. I am going to touch up the tire on that. And then we're going to glue this together. So let's go ahead and let's get a marker. I'm just going to get a marker. And I'm going to touch up right here where I kind of went out of the line. And I'm going to look and see, is there anywhere else that I need to touch up? I think everything else looks good. All right, let's glue this. And then we can put it into our little stand. Okay, so we got our bunny. Bunny, bunny. Funny bunnies. We have our cart. It's going to go here. And then we're going to glue this into the stand. Okay, so line that all up. See how easy this is? It really is. It really is. Step by step. Okay, I try to break it down so it makes it easy for you. I don't want it to be difficult, guys. There are no secrets. I tell you everything because I want it to be easy for you to recreate this. I don't do fancy techniques because guess what? It's intimidating. I do basic painting. I will ink the edges sometimes with the ink pad, but I don't do shading on mine because guess what? I want everyone to be able to feel like they can make it also. Okay? You can make this. You can do it. I promise. It was very easy. Those little shader brushes, get your hands on some of those. If you don't have some yet, they're great to add. Oh, I do still need that. Okay, we're going to glue it into the base. Okay, here's our base. I always like to try it out, make sure that it's going to go in nicely because once in a blue moon, you have to sand it. Okay, there have been times when I had to sand it when it didn't fit perfectly. Okay, looks good. Yeah, I like the layers because it makes it easier. If that was just a one piece, it wouldn't be as easy for you guys. Plus, I like the dimension. I am all for whatever's easier for me and for my customers and also what is going to look better. So I don't mind having to have layers of the items on there because it makes it easier to paint. Okay, I'm going to clean up some of this glue at the bottom and then I'm going to hot glue on the back and then we're done with this. Oh my goodness, guys. I will take pictures of all of the items. If you're hopping on late, I showed all of the cutouts that I painted. There's a lot. There's a lot. Okay, I have this glue plugged in. I'm going to glue right along the back. And this is just going to keep it so it doesn't ever come out. I'm just going to hot glue right along the back. I'm going to grab another glue stick. Thanks, Deb. Thanks, Janine. Thank you. Thank you, Laura. I love this one. It's so cute. If you have not grabbed this stencil, you need to. You're going to be sad if you don't get it. I promise. I promise you're going to be sad if you don't get this. And now I have another one. I have another one to put in my booth. Maybe I should keep one. All right. I'm going to unplug my glue gun and I'll put you up to myself. So here's my one that I made before, and here's the one that we just made. Very similar. There we go, guys. What do you think? I think they're so cute. Let me grab a couple of these other things here that are on top. So I'll just show you a couple. I'll take pictures of everything and post them. But here was this Snoopy. And then I made this into a sign that hangs, but it also can be one that just goes in a little easel. So cute. And yes, I need to make this onto mouse pads. I saw a lot of mouse pads at my craft show. Surprisingly, I really do. Like, you could do this all one color. You wouldn't have to do any of it a different color on the mouse pad. It could all be one color, right? All right, guys, I love you. Thank you for being here. That was so much fun. I am always so happy to be able to create with you. This is my favorite time of day, spending time with you guys. I love you. We have the best group here. You guys are just amazing. You are always there for each other and praying for each other. We're going to continue to pray for Sherry and her husband. We're going to pray for Deb, my sister, and we're going to pray for my husband's friend Tony, that he doesn't have his results back yet, but we know that his cancer had spread and is aggressive. So, gosh, guys, a lot going on in our lives. So just keep those prayers coming for our people and know that I love you. I'm here for you. I'm going to go check messages, and I will see you tomorrow. It'll be a short one tomorrow because I have to go to craft show setup. So we'll do something quick tomorrow. All right.